last week on Pearl. Do you know who he is?
His name is Carlo Mora. He comes from a very rich Italian family. Everybody, I'd like you to meet my parents, Saul and Beverly Steinberg.
You used 28 words. The average speech is under 10. My last 2 sentences totaled 11.
My mother counts things.
So who is this lucky man? Who will you be dancing with?
Oh, him. Do you get like that every time someone says no to you?
It would be different if you told me you loved him.
Professor Pynchon and I are engaged.
I am willing to offer you $100,000 to break off your engagement with Mrs. Caraldo.
I don't know whether I can put a price tag on my love.
150,000.
Sold!
Hello, cara mia.
Carlo, what are you doing here?
I brought 2 corsages. Which color will match your dress when we go to the dance?
Oh, look, we seem to have a bigger language problem than I first anticipated. Remember, me, Pynchon, engaged?
Oh, no, not to worry. I've taken care of all that.
What are you talking about? You sold me for $150,000?
I would have sold you for 20.
You would have sold me for $20,000?
No, $20. Mrs. Caraldo, I'm sure if you were offered $150,000 to stay away from me, you'd take it too.
Yeah, but nobody in the world would offer $150,000 for you.
Well, as I see it, this is a win-win situation. I get a small fortune, and young Carlo gets a small housewife.
And if you go through with this, you're gonna get a small foot in your small crotch.
You seem upset.
Upset? I have never been this angry in my entire life, and I have lived through the Nixon administration. I can't believe you would do this. How could you possibly take this money and ever be happy?
Well, you're probably right, Mrs. Caraldo. Money cannot buy happiness, but it can buy a Ferrari Testarossa, which I can park right next to happiness.
Buongiorno. I've come to complete our business, Professor Pynchon. You look lovely, cara mia.
You two are ridiculous. I am a person. I cannot be bought and sold. Holy Mother of God.
There it is, Professor, my end of the bargain.
What are you doing? Even if he takes this money, I'm not going anywhere with you.
She's just playing hard to get. They all do it.
I have to win your heart, I know that. But now at least my rival will be gone.
You don't have a rival. Remember when I told you that I lied to you about lying to you? That was all a lie. I don't want to go out with you. I am not going to go out with you, and now I don't even like you. And grow up and knock it off with that breathing crap.
Well, she's a spitfire, Mr. Mora.
And you, if you so much as lay one finger on that money, you're going to be poisoned from the inside out. Not only will I never have any respect for you, no one else will, starting with the person that you care most about, you.
Well, you may be right there, Mrs. Caraldo, but at least now I can afford a good therapist. Well, thank you very much. I hope you both have wonderful lives. If anybody's looking for me, I'll be at Saks Fifth Avenue in the really rich guy department. Damn. I can't do this.
What's the matter? Don't you want the money?
Of course I want the money, Mr. Mora, but it appears that I can't have it.
Why not?
Well, I blame Sister Mary Catherine. She caught me stealing Pembroke Forester's shortbread during recess, and then made me stand on a street corner in Glasgow and repeatedly shriek, "I'm a naughty, naughty shortbread thief." I don't know whether you know much about Glasgow, Mr. Mora, but they take their shortbread very seriously. And, well, as Jiminy Cricket here reminded me, I am an ethical man. Here.
Well, that's that. Go buy yourself another girlfriend.
There will always be a hole in my life.
Carlo, you got 150 grand in there. That ought to be enough to plug up all your holes. Take a hike.
Well, I've certainly learned something about myself today. I'm a functional idiot!
But at least you're an honest, functional idiot. I'll see you in class.
Class? I'll see you at the dance.
Oh, forget about it. Now there's no real reason to go through with the charade.
No. A bet's a bet. And as I see it, I paid $150,000 to dance with you. And I promise you, it'll be a dance that you'll never forget.
How are you finding college?
I just make a left at the Chevron station.
Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Oh, where else?
Just Los Angeles. In fact, my girlfriend Tiffany and I drove across the country, and we saw all of the landmarks. You know, like the Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore, Las Vegas.
Wow.
You know, Mount Rushmore is an incredible natural phenomenon. It is actually difficult to look at it and not believe in God.
Mount Rushmore is a natural phenomenon?
Of course.
Amazing. So did you have trouble getting into Swindon?
Well, at first. But then I remembered my name is Amber Swindon.
So, Amber, let me understand this. How do you think those faces got on Mount Rushmore?
Erosion.
I can't go to the dance with you, Amber.
You're dumping me?
I just think you need someone a little less... I guess conscious is the right word.
This is going to be some homecoming week. I guess I'll be alone in my room.
Hey, Amber, you want to go to the dance?
Sure.
This is Fungini's, an off-campus gathering spot for both students and townies. There is always the opportunity for cross-cultural interaction.
$4.95?
Mother, I couldn't have said that many words.
No, $4.95 for a pizza? That's very reasonable.
Listen, sweetheart, why don't you stay here with your friends? Your mother and I are going to go look for a deli.
Oh, there's a great one 2 blocks down. I would come with you, but it's important for me to interact with my peer group.
And it doesn't hurt to get away from your parents for a while either. Enjoy. 15.
Frankie, may I join you?
I didn't know I was coming apart. Of course, sit down. How's it going with the folks?
Oh, it's difficult. May I tell you something in strict confidence?
Certainly.
I'm adopted.
No. You're kidding.
No, I'm not. I was a baby. My parents had recently lost their son, Russell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, they didn't exactly lose him. He just shaved his head and bought a tambourine.
Why don't you use their last name?
Oh, well, I do most of the time, but it can cause confusion. In high school, when Josh Goldsmith brought me home to meet his mother, I think she was expecting an Amy Lee Steinberg of a different color.
Gotcha. Hey, forgive my asking, but what's with your mother's counting thing?
She's wound a little too tight. It happened after Russell moved to the airport. She's really a wonderful person. It's sad, you know, I always feel like I've let them down somehow.
Hey, listen, you want to go to the dance? Just as friends, you know? We'll spare you a night with your folks. It'll provide me with the illusion that I'm not a total loser.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it.
All right.
Just...
Here you go. Oh, thanks, Carl.
Morning, ladies.
Oh, hey, what time did you roll in last night?
We had a date.
No, actually, I spent the night talking to the old guys down at Dad's lodge.
Really? You went down there? That's great.
I love that place.
Ma, it It was wild. They told me all these great stories about Dad. If he wasn't dead, you'd have to divorce him.
I've heard them all.
Apparently, Dad was the man.
So, Joey had a night out with the boys.
Oh, not all boys. They got this real hot cocktail waitress down there named Connie.
Connie!
I'm guessing you heard of Connie.
Connie! I want you to promise me that you'll stay away from that.
Don't say it, Pearl. Cheap whore.
Let me just tell you about Connie. Connie! For 15 years, she tried to get her grubby little fingers on your dad, and now she's coming after you.
Yeah? You know, she's a very attractive woman.
Those are implants, Joe.
And Annie, I don't know how to break this to you, but guys don't care. You know, Ma, you were right. It's real fun to do the same things that your dad did. You know, where he did them.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you! Go!
Excuse me, do you know where I could find... you?
Flirting makes you feel good. 0894 789 789, the Flirt Hotline.
And I want everybody out there on TV to know it. I am the greatest.
What would you have done if you weren't a boxer?
I would have been top notch or something else. If it was a garbage man, I've been the world's greatest garbage man. I'd be able to dump more cans of garbage in 10 minutes more than anybody. I've been the world's greatest whatever I've done.
Whatever your dream or ambition, remember this. With the Equitable Life, when you retire, you can continue to be the greatest.
Booyah!
Pam Grier is
Jackie Brown
in the new All-Star movie from Quentin Tarantino.
Jackie Brown.
Buy it now.
Find love on the phone. Call us now on 0891 004 004, the Singles Network.
How could anybody think that this Fred Astaire guy was actually a good dancer?
Hey, Frank, mind if I join you? You look like you're coming apart.
Please, sit down.
All right. So, I understand you're going to dance with my little girl.
Oh, no, yeah, well, yeah. We're going just as buddies.
Oh. You know, Beverly and I started out as buddies. Romeo and Juliet were buddies. Sonny and Cher, Siegfried and Roy. All buddies.
Well, Amy and I are just gonna stay just buddies.
Oh, yeah?
We're not gonna buy tigers or anything.
Maybe not. Anyway, I'd really appreciate it if you could make her laugh a little.
Oh, I can usually get women to laugh just by showing up.
As you were.
You have the same effect on people as a moist bed covering.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Boy, these kids worked really hard on these decorations.
They certainly did. They're hideous.
And you're a real joy to be with.
Just wait. I'm going to give you a reason to remember this night. In fact, I'm going to give you 150,000 reasons to remember this night.
Is your father watching us?
Of course. That's what fathers do.
Think you could laugh or something?
Why?
Well, your father's worried you don't laugh enough. I told him I'd get you to.
All right, say something amusing.
I can't. I don't know how to do that.
Well, then how am I supposed to laugh?
I can't just fake it.
Let me try. Apparently not. You'll have to say something funny.
All right, let's see. There once was a woman from Venus. No, I can't say it. I don't know. I can't think of anything funny.
Just as well. There's no need for forced jocularity.
See Pinchon over there?
It's hard to miss such a dashing figure.
Hey, you think he and Pearl are gonna get it on later?
Oh, my God.
Yes?
I'll be right back. Hey, Ian, come here.
Oh, excuse me.
What are you doing with him?
Nothing yet, but I got some ideas.
Where did you meet him?
At work. He was looking for you. But the moment we two saw each other, it was amore. I'm so sorry, Pearl.
Oh, no. Don't be sorry for me, Annie. You don't know this guy. He's a lunatic. He's a womanizer. He's unstable.
Just my type. He reminds me of both my husbands, except that's his real hair.
Annie.
What?
He's 19 years old.
Oh, big deal. We're 10 years apart.
10 years? You think you can pass for 29?
In the right light?
Yeah, maybe at the bottom of a cave.
Do I detect a small hint of jealousy?
No, I'm just trying to warn you, this guy's trouble.
I'm keeping him.
And of all the crazy things you've ever done, this is the craziest.
I'm keeping him.
Why are you doing this?
Because he's nuts about me. And for a long time, the only living creature to feel that way about me howled at the moon and ate dinner out of a big plastic bowl.
You mean that guy Roger?
Yes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go brush up on my Italian.
Time to change partners.
Lots of balloons in here.
326.
How many red ones?
86.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's also a lot of work. My shrink has an explanation for all of this.
What's that?
He says I'm nuts. 4.
Would you like to hear a story?
Are there a lot of numbers in it?
Afraid not.
Oh, well, go ahead anyway.
When I was a little kid, I couldn't go to sleep unless I tied a towel around my neck. This was very important to me. I did this up until I had my first girlfriend and we slept together. And after she dozed off, I snuck into the bathroom and tied the towel on. Unbeknownst to me, she was a headbanger. And in her sleep, she would unconsciously bang her head on the pillow rhythmically for hours. Unfortunately, we were on a waterbed, and her motion caused the tsunami effect, which actually launched her off the bed and into the air. And reflexively, she reached out, grabbed my towel, nearly strangled me to death. I went down an entire collar size. I never wore a towel again. How many words was that?
I lost count.
That's a start.
Come on, Cream Puff. I believe they're playing our song.
What kind of dance is this?
It's called a posh dance.
Oh, well, can we just wait for cha-cha?
No, Mrs. Corrado. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Oh, hey, Pearl. How you doing?
Recovering. And I want to apologize for last night. You know, I came down on you really hard. It's just that this guy, Carlo, is not a good guy.
No, Pearl, I'm the one that owes you an apology. You were right. I went out in the parking lot to get my sweater, and I found him out there with two big blondes.
Oh, that figures. What did he say?
He said the one on the right didn't mean nothing to him.
That rat.
Yeah. So, I sent him packing back to Rome.
Really? How great!
Yeah.
How did he take that?
Oh, I don't know. Wait, ask him.
He's in the box? Annie, you can't just put a human being in a box and ship him off to Rome. At least not without air holes.
Hey, you shut up and read your magazine!
Citizen Kane, Hitchcock movies, and Taxi Driver all had one thing in common: the impassioned and evocative scores of Bernard Herrmann. For Profiles, the man behind the music, next.